Amanda, I did, and I can tell you that it's a really tough job. While many Cuban Americans here hope to go to Cuba to give their loved ones help, the Coast Guard says that's not okay. They're also warning against Cubans trying to leave their homeland to make the 90-mile trip to Florida. The Coast Guard's job, make sure everyone in the water is safe. From the green land of opportunity to the blue waters of possibilities, these Coast Guard pilots' mission, keep everyone safe as they patrol the Florida Straits.
The Coast Guard doesn't make the politics. We just make sure that your loved ones aren't going to mourn you at the end of the day.
Petty Officer Nicole Grohl certainly is aware of what's happening in Cuba and what's happening in Florida. The Coast Guard's fear that the Cubans will take to the ocean hoping to land here.
We need to make sure that we do not lose a soul in the middle of the ocean.
Lieutenant Commander Joshua Harrington is one of the pilots. I joined his crew Sunday on a 4-hour flight, 650 nautical miles from Miami over the Bahamas to the outskirts of Cuba and the Florida Keys and back to Miami.
We're looking at every boat we can from the time we take off till the time we make it back.
The first half of the mission, we didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
Right now, we're flying in airspace where they tell me it's actually a common piece of land they find migrants.
We didn't see any migrants Sunday, but if we did, the crew might drop them a radio to make sure they're okay, drop them supplies and food to hold them over until a ship arrives to pick them up.
Sometimes it can be obvious that, though you look down here and you see that big tanker, right? If we see a smaller target that looks like it isn't very seaworthy or might have been homemade, that's something that is going to generate some interest.
As we head towards Cuba, everyone looks for smaller boats, maybe homemade boats.
How close can we get to Cuba without getting into their airspace?
12 nautical miles is where their territorial seas start.
This plane is equipped with a classified radar I can't show you, but its sensors pick up all boats in range. The crew can use the plane's cameras to zoom in and check it out.
The whole reason I joined this service to begin with was to hopefully help some people out. Our concern is that whatever they're doing it safely.
And the return trip from the edge of Cuban waters back to Miami, also pretty uneventful. Since the protests got started a week ago on Sunday, the Coast Guard hasn't seen one single person try to make the trip to Florida. 6-year-old Liam Guzman has a lot of energy. But Mom says he puts it to good use. Every week, Liam and his mom Raquel and his brother and sisters walk around their Lehigh Acres neighborhood with a purpose.
I use it to pick up the trash because it's really nasty.
His purpose started a few weeks ago when Liam noticed trash all over the place.
And he said, but why do people do this, Mommy? Why do they throw trash? And I told him, well, baby, people don't know. They throw trash on the ground. They shouldn't be doing that. And he asked me, next time, when we go walking next time, can we please bring a trash bag so we can clean up? And I told him, absolutely, of course. He didn't forget. Yes, Mama, we got a lot of trash.
It made me feel really sad because it's gonna ruin our world, and this is the only world we got. So if it ruins our world, then we're gonna have to go a lot of work to do.
So every time he takes a walk, he makes his neighborhood a little nicer.
I was so proud of him. It amazed me at that young age how he saw that being a problem, and other people don't see that.
A little man with an important message to anyone who litters.
And I want people to stop throwing garbage in the floor. Please, I beg you to start picking up some trash how we are.
One can at a time. In Lehigh Acres, Dannielle Garcia, Wink News Now. Lois, I met a lot of people today, and I asked every single one of them, how are you doing today? And they all answered me politely, I'm good, how are you? But then I met a woman named Winnie. She looked me straight in the eye and said, I am just trying to survive. And as we all know, Winnie is not alone. This video isn't new. Every week, this scene repeats. Hundreds of families wait in this line for food to feed their families. Each person in each car has their own reason for being here. Winnie told me hers.
You get to the point when you're older, and if things go wrong, all you can do is just try to survive.
What went wrong starts with Winnie's health.
It's depressing.
She's disabled, can't work, can't afford to live on her own or buy a car. The one she's in, she borrowed from her roommate.
Everything goes up and up and up. Your check doesn't go up, but still at the end of the month, like now, it's, you know, the little bit of food stamps are gone because you go to the store, what can you buy? And you end up buying food that's not healthy. You end up buying stuff that's cheaper, so you got something in your stomach to say, well, okay, I ate. Maybe it wasn't the most nutritious, but I did eat.
That's where the Harry Chapin Food Bank comes in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We actually feed about 550 families a week here, and it can go between 10,000 to 15,000 pounds of food.
How does Clarence Thompson know so much? Well, he's the guy who delivers all that food to the old Copperhead Golf Course in Lehigh. And in this long line, I found lots of people struggling to stay positive until they got to the front of the line.
Come on, I know you're gonna make me dance.
Everyone leaves with food for their families and a smile on their face, and maybe a taste of hope.
I'm gonna sleep good. I helped a lot of families.
And one more point before I go. There are more than 150,000 people in Southwest Florida who are food insecure. That means they don't know where their next meal is coming from. And so you can help us help them by giving whatever you can to the March to a Million Meals.